Hello guys, you're welcome to another set of videos. In this video, I will first of all solve the problem that we were having an error while trying to solve in the first video. We're going to solve it again and then we'll go into Power BI. We're going to visualize our data using Power BI. So let's get back to the question in the SQL. Find the sum of cells for every first days and last days of every month in 2016. Now we are going to find the total sum of cells in the for the first day of every month and the last day of every month in 2016. So we started by select year or code at years, date name. Okay, let's see where we got from. Okay, occurred at, we didn't put R, and this is a column, so you have to put comma to separate two columns. Okay, we didn't put R here. Believe it's going to run. Okay, so let's highlight our query and then run. Okay, it has run now. Okay, so we can see from the table that we have the years 2016, the month January 1st, the month number, the days, the total amount for January 1st, that is the first day. So we can see that we have created a row number for the first day of the month January. We created a row number 1, 2, 3, 4 till we reach the last month. Let's see January 31st. So we can see January 31st. We have created a row number 210. And the last day of January, which is 31st January, we numbered it number 1. We created a row number 1 for the last days. So now let's go back to our code. So we're going to introduce a CTE, common term expression, set with T1 as we have named that column as T1. And then we create another table, T2 as it says select years, this year from here, days, month, and total amount USD. We want to bring this column years, days, months, total amount USD. That's what we want to create. A table, another table for it. Where are we creating from T1? That is this table, A1. Okay. Now where row number ascending, that is our first day, the row number that we gave for our first day. Row number is equal to 1, or row number descending is equal to 1. That is our last day for a month. Then we said select years, months, sum aggregate function, total amount USD, and we call it total sales from the other table T2, from T2. And we're going to group it by years, month, and then let's see. Okay, we have an error there. Okay, it's still showing us an error in T2. Okay, let's see, select. You need to be patient and make sure that you don't make any error. And that's the way I've got now. So from there, we can now see that in the year 2016, the month of April, they made a total sales of 9,956,000. That is in the month of April, the total sum for the first day and the last day is equal to 9,956. We also see that in the year 2016, August, the month of August, The total sales for the first day and the last day was 30,313. So we have gotten what we wanted. So now let's get to our Power BI to visualize our data. Here is our Power BI environment. You can see our data on the right hand side. We have the customer tables, we have the region, we have the sales table, we have the sales rep table, and the web event. This is the tables that we're going to be working on. Here we have the visualization tools, the filter tools where you can filter. And then you move to the left, you can see the report view. This is where we are going to create our visual. And you see here we have our table view. You can see how our table looks like over here. And you can also see the relationship, how these data relate with each other over here. You can see our data. You can see the region. Okay. We, we can see our region here. We have region over here. We have the web event data, the customer data, and we have the sales data. Now we want to see how they relate. So if you click on this point, you see how the region table relates with the web events. When you click on here, you'll see that the region table and the web event are related by region ID and the ID. So let's also see the relationship between the sales table and the web event. So there's no relationship between the sales table and the web event. Let's see uh, if there's a relationship between the customer table and the web event. So the customer table and the web events are related by the ID and the account ID. Okay, so and this is the that query view. So let's go back to our report view and create a visual with our data. Okay, so first of all, we're going to click on card from the visualization tools. We are going to find a total revenue of the company, had the total revenue of the company. By doing that, we click on our sales table, then we look for our total sales. Okay, that's it. So that's our that's our revenue. So we're going to rename this column sum of total sales. We'll rename it and call it total revenue. Total revenue. Okay, so that's it. You've seen it. It has changed to total revenue. So we'll make this to be bold. So the total revenue is 23.14 million. We're going to make it bold. So making bold, you come over here, we format your visual, and we have our color value. These are our color value. We're going to bolden it. Yep. Notice it's bold now. We're going to change the color. Let's give it this color. Okay. All right. So we're going to change. We'll color the title here. So we on the title was off, so I on it now. Let's button the title. Let's give it a color. Okay. Let's make it bold. Total revenue. Let's increase the size. You see we have total revenue here. We are increasing the size. Okay. You can also give it a borderline. Visual border is off now, so let's on it. And then give it a borderline. Okay. Okay, so that is it. So now we go to the next one. Go to our card. Okay, so now we're going to look for our standard revenue. That is, we go to under our sales, our standard amount USD. So we click on it, or you come here and rename it. That is the total amount of standard quantity sold. So we rename it as standard revenue. Enter. Bring it over here. Okay. So let's bold and change the color of the call out values. So we come here, format your visual, call out values, you button it, and then you change the color, put it here. Okay, so go to title. Here is it. Put on it again. Okay, so we write standard revenue. We button it, and we change the color to blue like this other one. So we increase the pixel size over here. It's too much. Let's reduce it. Standard revenue. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's button this one as well. Total revenue. Let's button it within bold. Okay, so that's it. So a borderline over here. Visual. Put on it. Let's give it a borderline. Okay, this color. Alright, so that's it. Okay, so let's look for gross revenue now. Go to our card, and then drag it. So our work will look clean. Go to our close, total close quantity. Here it is. Click on it, and then here it is. So now let's button and change the color of our color values. Just the same way we did with others. Okay, that's it. Button it, and then go for title. On it, title heading. Title heading will be close gross revenue. Gross revenue. Okay, we button it and then we change the color to blue. Increase the pixel size. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's go back here and change. We didn't do this. We name it as just delete our field now. Let's go back. Okay, as it. Let's rename it as close revenue. Okay, let's give it a borderline. Okay, so let's do for poster revenue. Then we go to charts. So that's it. We go for poster revenue, poster amount USD. Let's rename it as poster revenue. Click enter. Go to format your visual. We call out value. We both need, and then we change the color from black. Let's drag it over here. Here we are. So the title we said is poster revenue. In this database, we have three products. We have the standard quantity, we have the close quantity, and the poster quantity. So this is the total revenue for standard quantity, the total revenue for close quantity, and also the total revenue for poster quantity. So let's change this color to blue. That's it. Let's increase the pixel size. Okay, so that's it. I guess we are done with that. Okay, now the border lines. The visual border. Change the color from black to guess pink. Okay, so we're done with that. The total revenue 23.14 million. Okay, so that is it. So now let's create a chart. Let's use a cluster bar. That's what we want. In a cluster bar, we'll be looking at the sum of total. And we look at the total quantity. Okay, so sum of total and sum of the total quantity. Okay, this is the sum of the total sales and sum of the total quantity of products. So this is a cluster chart. Let's say the y-axis, make it bold. Let's change the color. Let's give it this color. Let's make it bold so that we can see what we are working on. So the title is sum of total sales and sum of total quantities. So let's do this. Let's use this color. That is it. We have it over here. Give it a border line. Let's use this. So that's it. Visual border. Okay, so that's it. We cluster bar. So now we're going to look for sum of total sales by sales rep. Let's use a line chart for that one. So sum of Go to total. We're looking for sales rep. That's it. We're looking for sales rep name. Okay, let's use an ID. Okay, so color value, title, we can change it to yellow. Let's change this to yellow as well. Okay, y axis, so let's create a border line. Without border, let's give it pink color. Okay, so that's it. Let's use a pie chart for our next visualization. For a pie chart, we go to our sales table, then look for either sales table. Let's look for total. Let's bring everything back. Let's bring everything back so that we know what we're doing. Okay, so that's this is our table. So we go to our sales table. We go to total lead. Total quantity. Okay. So we have sum of total sales and sum of total quantity. You come over to format your visual. button, the title. You can change the color of this title to, let's say, yellow. Okay, you can make this bigger so we can see our analysis. Okay, so let's make this bigger. Let's let's create a visual border for this. We use a pink color. So that's it. Okay. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. Okay. So that's it. So we can see from here our total revenue 23.14 million. Our standard revenue, the total revenue from selling the standard product was 9.67 million, and that of gross revenue is 7.59 million, and postal revenue 5.88 million. We came over here, we have our sum of total sales and sum of total quantity. That is the total quantity of standard, gross, and postal quantity. So here is it. It is represented in the cluster chart. You also see it here, sum of total sales and sum of total quantity represented in a pie chart. Okay. Okay, so we are able to visualize our data